Conor McGregor wore this suit to his press release. He is totally copying Evan McGregor.
He is copying. He was not the first person.
I guess Evan McGregor wore this suit to the Revenge of the Sith more than 10 years ago.
If you zoom in really closely during the battle with Anakin and Obi-Wan, you can see that nice little print in his pinstripes. Yes. High ground. That's all Star Wars comes down to. High ground, baby. That's
high ground.
That's it. Yep.
And hating sand. Yep. Both those two things.
They should have, when they added General Kenobi to the game, they honestly should have added an ability that says high ground. I don't know. I think that would have been
great. Yeah. All right. We're going to talk about the Old Ben controversy.
It's burning up, baby. It's burning up.
All right. So what the controversy is, and we're going to play in the Galactic War today, and we're going to go against these teams, but what the controversy is that Commander Luke is coming out.
Yes.
We don't know. Sometime this month, but short notice. And then we're notified that these 5 heroes right here on the screen are required to get Commander Luke. And everybody is quite upset that they do not have Old Ben.
I'm very surprised to hear that. The Old Ben. Out of all the characters, I'm really surprised. I'm actually going to send you the screenshot of Reddit. It's like one of the top hits right now. It has 340 upvotes. And people talking about not having Old Ben. It's a really hot topic, and I wasn't expecting Old Ben to be the main controversy. And looks like he's going to get good. He got a rework coming with a taunt. So I don't know.
Because there is a picture in the GIFs on the Commander Luke where it shows him with the taunt. I'll show that here on the screen right now. So he is getting reworked, and he's going to have a taunt that's going to be useful.
Huge. Yeah.
Especially how his character works.
Oh, yeah.
And then they also mentioned somewhere else on the developers' forum notes that he was going to be
a rebel,
having the rebel tag.
And that's there's 2 sides of the story. Was he really a rebel? I know both sides of the story, but that's a whole other topic. So that's a whole different thing. But in the game, talk about the game, rebel added to Old Ben. That's adding a ton of synergy to his kit. And it's going to work great with like Commander Luke. Right. A lot of stuff.
All right, so let's get started.
All right.
Get it started, and we'll talk about the good and the bad and ugly.
All right, 1 for Old Ben, 2 for Leia, 3 for R2, and go. Let's do this. All right.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, what? What happened, boy? What happened?
All right, I'm going. I'm a little late.
Are you a little late to the party? All right.
It doesn't matter. I'm going.
Nice.
Okay, so here's the good news, is that Old Ben is farmable in Cantina. So, if you're doing 2 or 3 refreshes a day, you're probably going to have maybe 2 weeks. I think we don't know.
Yeah.
Let's say the R2 event lasts a little more than a week, and then the Commander Luke event starts right after that. And then what? That lasts another week. So maybe you have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, people should be able to get, between about 20 shards a day. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Kenobi, because of the fact he's a very accessible beginner character in the game, she can definitely be farmed quite fast. If you're doing, I don't know, how many refreshes? At least 2, perhaps, maybe 1. I'd say about 2 weeks. That should be enough to get. I mean, like the Thrawn event, you and I, we both start at the same place. We were only at 3.5 stars for the Phoenix characters. And they announced it a week before that we're going to need these characters. And Thrawn came out. And so what? There's like about 2 weeks or 3 weeks that the Thrawn event we had notice of, like 1 week before and then 2 weeks of the event going.
But the difference, though, between the Thrawn event and this is that nobody had the Phoenix characters. The Phoenix characters were new, and you had to purchase them. But I'm just going to put this out here, is on my shard, which is an old shard like yours, we started at the end of 2015, every single person is going to be able to get a 7-star Commander Luke.
Yeah, advanced people
anybody that's playing this game for, a year and a half or so is going to get him no matter what. I mean, I would say most 90% of the people already have these characters. We're not going to have to go on by now. If you're a newer player and you've only been playing the game, let's say like a year or less than a year, this is going to be a burden, and it could be, and I can understand the frustration. But if you're on a shard that's new and you are able to get Commander Luke, you're going to be the only person with him.
You're going to be
some scarcity.
You're going to be in a beautiful condition in the game if you can get Luke.
Everybody on my shard has a 7-star R2 because it's an older shard.
Right.
And I know it's going to be the same thing for Commander Luke.
Yep.
Everybody's going to have them. Or most people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Old Ben was meta. He was the best leader back last summer.
Yep.
During the evasion meta with Dooku and Rey and Royal
Yeah,
Guard.
people who've been
Qui-Gon
around
Jinn.
before this, like last summer of 2016, for sure they're gonna have Old Ben. He was kind of the big thing back then, and I mean, people who are newer, I can definitely understand why they didn't go for them. We have so many other better characters: Ezra, TIE Fighter pilot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's the newer players that are left at a disadvantage here. It is, if you've been playing the game for a long time, it is a free-to-play event. I mean, when Princess Leia became free-to-play, most of us who've been playing for a while, we just hopped on her right away in Squad Arena because there was really nothing else to farm. So, but for people just starting a couple months ago, there's so many things in Squad Arena, and Princess Leia may not have been a top choice. So, yeah, it's a very tough situation. There's two sides to the spectrum. Like, when I recorded my video yesterday, I literally just got back from vacation, saw the news, recorded my video, and I did not look at any posts and no community feedback. And when I read the comments on your video and mine, people are really upset about
Yeah,
this.
they're upset.
Yeah,
They're upset.
Yeah.
And I do think they should be upset, but I will say that if you're a newer player and you're struggling to get this, I promise the people on your shard are also.
Exactly.
But for me on my shard, where everybody's been playing the game the same amount of time as I have, everybody's going to get him. So in that sense, it's like, if you're having a hard time, so are your competitors.
Exactly.
And on mine, we're all going to get him because this event definitely is favoring people that have played the game a long time.
Yes.
Rather than the newer players.
Time is money, essentially, in this game. If you played for a long time, it essentially kind of puts you close to a whale status in terms of how wide your inventories of 7-star characters now.
Right.
Even us, we've been playing for 20 months. We don't have a complete Gear 11 inventory.
No. And I'm probably going to have to gear. I don't know what the gear levels are on these guys, but I'm going to have to do some work to definitely get them up and running.
Luke is the weakest one on my team. I mean, Stormtrooper Han's
Luke
11.
is my weakest one, too.
Yeah, because Stormtrooper Han, that's another one that many people had. He was the best tank.
I wouldn't even done Luke except for that Flash event, which I know you just finished right now.
Yeah,
to get the zetas.
right for this video, I was able to use my Gear 8 Luke, and I was able to fly through the bonus tier event for the first time and get the Zeta math. So that's kind of the minimum requirement for that. But yeah, he's the weakest character on my team, and he's getting a rework. So I wonder if he's going to be insane. I don't know. I mean,
But he's going to have a taunt according to that in a rebel tag. So that just those
Old Ben. I'm
things
talking. I'm talking about Farm Boy Luke. He's not gonna.
Oh,
yeah, he's getting a rework.
I
too,
don't know.
though.
I think. Oh, I'm sure. Oh my! I'm getting slaughtered by
Yeah,
Maul.
I'm getting.
So
I had to take out Stormtrooper Han. He got destroyed, and I put in Han Solo this time. So still, I mean, he's getting reworked too.
So everybody's getting reworked, and I just want to say that's kind of the nature of this game.
Yeah.
And I'm done. I got blown out.
Oh, really? I'm at battle. I'm not gonna beat this. Oh, battle number 6
so I'm gonna
is
have
Ball Sith Trooper.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Mine is a full Sith team, so I'm gonna load up a better.
I'm just
team.
gonna auto. Oh no, actually, I probably shouldn't just let my team die because I'm gonna give them a huge turn meter bonus. So, yeah. We're gonna take out these guys for a little bit. Let them take a break, and I'll put in my Director Krennic Zeta, which I just did last week, and I've been enjoying it a ton. But let's see, where were we? There we go. Oh, let's put him out.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so the nature of this game is that you have limited resources, and you have to focus on what you want to invest. And like, I was not able to get Yoda the first time around, and I was not able to get Thrawn at 7 times the first time around. And you're punished if you want to get him now. Like, if I wanted to get Yoda the first time that event came out, I would have had to gone crazy to get all my Jedis. If I wanted to get Thrawn when he came out, I would have had to get all of those, all of those Phoenix that I may have not wanted. So, I mean, that's just kind of how the game works, is that it's nearly impossible to get everything and everybody up to Gear 11. So you do have to, it's about, how would you say, it's about focusing on heroes that you want and resource management.
The game is a big resource management thing. And it's kind of one of those things where, I mean, I understand people have favorite characters. Like, for the longest time, I farmed characters that I loved, like Empire characters. This is way before they were ever decent in the game. And it was just a thing I kind of accept. It's like, I'm farming these guys, I'm gearing them up, and if they're bad, so be it. But I kind of blame myself then when, let's say, a Palpatine event comes out and I don't have Rebels ready, or Yoda event or whatever. You have to be smart with your decisions, and that's why people love watching guides and stuff, because if you're going to be in this game for the long haul, you need to make sure you're focusing your attention on good stuff. And that's kind of stay the game. Then if you spend money, then you're at the leisure of, getting everything. So free-to-play people,
I mean,
you have
you're
lots
always
to focus on.
like for me, I'm always playing catch up to the meta.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't have it before the meta happens. I don't develop the meta.
Yeah.
And then I'm very careful about who I'm taking to gear
Yeah.
11, who I'm taking to 7,
Mhm.
because I'm not, you know, except for like that Ewok that I upgraded. But you know, it's just usually
man.
I'm very smart about what I want to do, and I'm conserving resources is kind of like the whole name of the game.
Yeah, it is.
And being specific about who to do.
Yeah.
And so, I gotta say, I am, you know, I definitely understand why people are upset.
It is. Yeah, I understand too. Yes.
Because, you know, like the same thing happened to me, especially with like Yoda and Thrawn. I wasn't able to get them, but
Mhm.
the event is definitely catering towards people that have played the game for a long time.
Yeah. Or people who spend money.
Or people that have spent money, both. And so that's just the way the game works.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm still pretty excited about it. What do you think about his
Oh
kit?
goodness, dude! It's gonna be really insane. Like again, I'm not a big rebel
It's
person.
nuts, right?
It's nuts.
It's nuts.
I'm not a
It's
big rebel
nuts.
guy, but this guy, it's Commander Luke. You have no matter what you align with in this game, bounty hunter, whatever. This is kind of an iconic character, and the amount that he has, it really does finally fit his stature of this is Luke. He's going to be amazing. The problem I'm having is I've been enjoying Arena lately. People have been really diverse with their lineups. Like I can use Director Krennic and never fall out of the top end of Arena. People are using Finn, Darth Nihilus with Sith Assassin, Darth Vader, Qui-Gon Jinn. And I have a feeling once we get Commander Luke, we're going to go back to the days where everything is just like one lineup. You have Commander Luke, Chase or Wiggs. Goodness, that putting both of the, oh geez, that'd be a headache right there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for it, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to hurt the diversity that we currently have in Arena. And I'm really enjoying the diversity right now. I can run things that I like. Like I just showed my team in that battle number 6 against the Sith, which I just totally creamed. And I feel like once Commander Luke comes out, I might not be able to run that anymore. We might be stuck, at least in our server. We're the top end, advanced. That's probably good. Oh my God, Emperor Palpatine just roasted me.
Yeah, I'm getting roasted right now by I think a First Order team.
Yeah, but yeah, he's insane. A lot of ways he's gonna work in a rebel lineup and outside of a rebel lineup, and it's like Thrawn 2.0. Like we all thought Thrawn was OP. He took like the game mechanics to a whole other level, and now Commander Luke is outdoing Grand Admiral Thrawn. But I will say though, if you have Grand Admiral Thrawn, you can't get Luke. Grand Admiral Thrawn's going to be an amazing counter. Just fracture Luke at the beginning of the battle, and hopefully he stays out of your hair. But his leadership is great. I don't know. There's a lot of great stuff with this new character. I saw your video, and you were kind of pumped as well, it seemed like.
Yeah, what did I just do? I just put the wrong person in it. I just loaded up Short Trooper on a Rebel team. That didn't work. I don't want that. I want a Stormtrooper Han. Yeah, I really like the arena right now. The arena is very, very balanced, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the arena, and it seems like that. And with the exception of Rex seems to be everywhere. Nihilus seems to be everywhere.
I've seen him slowly
Kenobi
disappear.
seems to be everywhere.
Wedge, I've
slowly,
not Wedge. Chase, I haven't seen as much in Arena anymore. I feel like the times that I hate Arena the most is when we're stuck with just like Chase or just with Captain Rex. I find it very uneventful, very unexciting. And Commander Luke, I can guarantee you, I've seen Chase disappear slowly. It's gonna come back, I think, with Commander Luke. Same thing with Wiggs and stuff like that. It's gonna open up a ton of possibility for Rebels. One thing I've always told people: if you don't know what to start working on, probably just work on Rebels, because there's not a period in this game. We can't go without a month of not having Rebels own the game. It's just a fact of life, and Commander Luke is just another example of how the Rebels, they're slowly dying. The month was ending. The Rebels are starting to kind of fall apart just a tad bit, and all of a sudden Commander Luke is coming whenever, and it's going to bring them back to the top again. So yeah. It's not like Empire where they have like a maybe 1 month of glory, and then all of a sudden the Rebels or Darth Maul takes over or something like that.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Luke will kind of be a direct counter to Rex. That's just what I personally am hoping for.
Lately I'm making a video next week on my Director Krennic Zeta in Arena. It's been, I thought it was impulsive. It was horrible. It's actually one of the best Zeta investments I think I've made so far. Rex teams, I can actually clobber with Director Krennic Zeta.
Well, everybody can beat everybody right now.
That's true.
It's so diverse.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. think that there's really.
But I have to say, with my triple cleanse team I was running before this director Krennic team, I was falling horribly on defense. I was going to the 30s or 40s. I switched to this team. I'm lucky if I ever fall into the 20s. Most of the time I stay like in the 15. That says a lot. Defense is more important than offense. And I'm actually going up against the Rex team right now. Let's see how it goes. What was I about to say? Yeah, just mainly Commander Luke. I'm kind of worried about how it's going to affect the health of Arena, because I think Arena is healthy when people can run a bunch of different things. But that's just my opinion there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if it's going to be discouraging to me if it's just Commander Luke with Chase. I mean, I'm waiting to see what the rework is on the other characters.
Okay.
They said they're going to rework, Leia, Stormtrooper Han.
Yeah.
They're going to rework all of those. So we will see what that actually is. I'm just getting ruined in there. I'm having a hard Galactic War today.
Yeah, I know people have been talking about Galactic War a lot lately too. I wonder, with Luke Skywalker, I mean, this guy, Thrawn we can use for pretty much everything in this game. He's great for the AAT, right? The Rancor raid. And I think Luke, if you have Luke, he's gonna make life a real big breeze. Because you're not using Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? You said you got him to Gear 11.
I've got him to Gear 11. I just haven't. It sounds really silly. Don't have time to mod him correctly. I mean, it takes like an hour.
I get you.
To like remod my entire Arena team, and I just haven't had the patience to do it right now. And I know I need to, because it's important, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like right now I'm going up against this Rex team, and I don't know, with just Director Krennic Zeta. I mean, I'm not really paying too much attention, but it feels like it's so easy to beat with this team that I'm running right now. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe oh shoot, I didn't notice Kenobi was alive.
No, I mean that's on my list of things to do today. Is like play around with my Arena team and maybe throw in Kenobi, Thrawn.
Yeah.
I don't want to put the Zeta on Thrawn if we're gonna need it for You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
If we're gonna need it for Luke, my goodness, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I was actually gearing up the Resistance for the past few weeks now. Ever since I started making my Resistance videos, I was like, I'm probably gonna work on them. They probably will be important this coming winter. And now I'm like, oh, I'm not done with them. But should I wait? Should I just keep going for it? Because I think I finished gearing up my Resistance Trooper now. But I'm thinking I might just wait for Commander Luke, see what his gear requirements are before I make any more decisions of that sort.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is I promise you it's going to be over the top.
It's going to be, yeah. I mean,
because anytime it's like R2 or Thrawn or anything like that, they just, you can get him for 7 stars and unlock him, but the gearing requirements is much higher than normal, it seems like, especially for like Kenobi, my goodness.
Yeah. As I told people in my video yesterday, I was like, we don't have, SWGoH did not, they didn't get, oh my goodness. Even, geez, this is what I'm talking about. I'm playing against this undergeared Wigs team, and they can light you up, But as I was saying in my video yesterday, it's like SWGoH didn't data mine anything, but if it's any indication, when we look at Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano, when we look at who else, Grand Admiral Thrawn, R2D2, I have a feeling Commander Luke, this might be Stun Cuff Luke that you and I unveiled a few weeks ago. Yeah, and
where are you at? I'm coming up on 11 right now.
I'm what's it called? I think I'm on battle number 10. Goodness, Wigs is just lighting me up. Like
they're not dead.
They aren't dead.
They're so flimsy, and there's ways of counting them with
crits.
But still,
my Thrawn, he was doing perfectly fine. All of a sudden, I give Biggs 100% turn meter, and he just like obliterated my Thrawn because of his assist ability. It's insane.
Oh man! Yeah, I just went up against the meta team right now. I don't know what to do with this sometimes.
Yeah, I know it's I don't know. I saw you and Will. He said his last 9 and 12 or 9 and 12.
Yeah, but he's got so many easy nodes. I don't know if it's I'm not gonna say that his is a lot easier, but I think it is.
Yeah, I think if you can break your 9 and 12, it's gonna be a lot easier, because even, let's say your 1 through 5 is slightly difficult. It's not going to be as insane as a 9 or 12. And apparently, even people at our level, they don't have what's it called? They don't have these broken nodes. And I thought this is something that if you're at level 85, there's a good chance you probably have a broken node of some sort. But I guess that's something we take for granted. And I do enjoy it a little bit. I'm not sure if they're ever going to fix that. They haven't, even though they made the power changes, they never took the liberty of doing so. So I don't know. We gotta kind of wait and see. But that's a whole different story right there. Goodness, I'm getting lit up right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This team right here is just. I mean, if I can take care of Kenobi and then come back, you know, I just like. Oh man, just. Oh my goodness. R2. See, I lost my R2 earlier.
Yeah, that's another example. Like, I didn't really want to gear up R2.
I love him.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, you know, but I feel like he's going to be important for the future of the game. We talked about this in a video a while ago. Oh, shit, I should have paid attention to that.
He's very important.
He's going to be very important. I even suspect, you know, if they're adding Luke to the game, there's probably a chance that they might even... Commander Luke has a ship. I mean, we all know he was a pilot.
Yeah.
So there's probably a good chance that, you know, he's going to have a ship. Having R2-D2 geared up, having Commander Luke geared up.
I may not be able to finish. I may not be able to finish. No, I really screwed up.
Oh, boy.
I screwed up bad.
Oh, man.
I might not be able to finish today because I lost my R2 early, and my R2 would have been needed to beat this team. And I kind of lost R2 in a place that I shouldn't have lost him.
I mean, I'm doing. I'm not really. I probably could put this on auto. I haven't. I don't know why I'm doing it.
I mean, I'll have to force close my game.
I'm sorry to hear that.
To get out of that.
Auto this, but I don't know. Even with my Director Krennic Zeta invest, I think who knows? Maybe it might be good if there's going to be a Commander Luke meta. We don't need to like speculate like
no.
But we had to.
There's going to be one.
Yeah, there's not going to be an Ewok meta. I'm pretty sure about that. But maybe with Director Krennic, he gets a lot of bonuses when fighting against rebels. Commander Luke is going to promote a ton of rebels to come back into arena. So who knows? Maybe this might be useful. I'm having a ton of fun with it though. It's one of my favorite teams I probably ever ran. Director Krennic's probably my top, 10 favorite characters in the Star Wars universe. So all is well. I actually, where'd it go? Oh, I can't find it. Actually, when I was on vacation, this is what inspired me to Zeta him. I saw this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Zeta Director Krennic, and I ended up doing it. So thank you, Lego World, for inspiring me to do that.
What?
Yeah, I got a little Director Krennic Lego man. And when I was in...
oh yeah, I saw that. You posted that on Twitter or something.
When I got that, that was the same day I got 20 Zeta mats, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna Zeta Director Krennic. I've been playing with the idea. I already had Death Trooper Zeta for some reason before Director Krennic, and long story short, the world is perfect now for me. But we'll see. Whenever this Luke Skywalker comes out, things are gonna shake up, baby. It's gonna shake up, and if you can't get Luke on day one. Like you and I, when we both had the Yoda events, we were both new. I mean, most people were new to the game at that point. It took me 3 tries to get Yoda to 7 stars. First time I got it to 5 stars. I couldn't beat the 6-star for the longest time. So when it came the second time, I couldn't even get past 6 stars. And the third time it came out, I finally got it. So long story short, if you can't get Luke on day one, no need to fret. Most likely, if you can't get it, as MobileGamer said, the rest of your shard, they're in the same situation. They can't get him as well. It's a patience game. It'll come back around. I don't have a Grand Admiral Thrawn to 7 stars, my favorite character in the Star Wars universe, and I don't even care. I'm going to get him the next time around. If you're in the game for the long haul, it's something that you don't mind too much if you can't get it. Same thing, Emperor Palpatine. Many people couldn't get him to 7 stars. Second time around, they were able to get it. So Commander Luke is probably one of those characters that it's kind of like Darth Vader 2.0 reward. It took us a year to get Darth Vader to 7 stars. We didn't care. We knew this was like the pinnacle of the game achievements. And I think Commander Luke is kind of on the same level. He's a very iconic character for this game. 2 years, no Luke. All of a sudden he's coming. It's probably something that you should feel that excitement. It's like, yeah, I'm getting my Luke ready. I'm getting my R2-D2 ready, yada, yada, yada. It will take time. But if you can't get him, most likely some people in your arena won't have him as well. So it's a very complicated topic, but I understand both sides of the story, and I'm sure if you're frustrated this time, there's gonna be a time you will get him. And you'll be happy, I suppose. But we don't know when this event will come. Maybe a year. Hopefully, it's not a year for it to return.
No, but they're months away. It's not right away.
Yeah, Emperor Palpatine, he first came out, and people were like, all right, I'll wait till next month. Because Yoda was a pretty frequent event. And then it took like 6 months for Palpatine to come out again, and that was a long period.
Well, R2, how long has it been since R2? It doesn't seem like it's that long.
I think they pushed the schedule for R2, because he was supposed to be an extremely rare event, kind of like Thrawn and Palpatine, and we know Palpatine was 6 months before his return. Yeah. I wasn't expecting R2 to come back until this fall, like October-ish. And I feel like they pushed the schedule on that, and it came out of nowhere. Because I think the Yoda event was supposed to happen, but instead they did an R2 event. I don't know the schedule quite well, but I think the R2-D2 event, it was pushed in advance, so people have one more try to get R2 to 7 stars before this Luke event, which I think was a good thing. If they didn't do so, I think that would have made this whole issue a lot more fiery.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, yeah, if you didn't have another opportunity. See, that's the other thing is that a lot of people are upset about Old Ben, but not Luke for some reason.
I know, yeah. It's like, Old Ben, really? I mean, I know. I mean, Luke, yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit surprised about Luke. I actually just got him the 7 stars a couple months ago for the Flash event because I had nothing else to farm out of the guild store. And I was like, I'll probably farm him. I'm just going to farm all the characters there, so...
Okay, I made it. I finally got through my 11. I'm going to 12. Where are you at?
I'm done. I've been done for a little bit.
Oh, my goodness. I really struggle on these sometimes.
Yeah.
Here we go. So now I've got my auto battle. Okay, so that wraps it up.
Yep.
I really hope that everybody does get Luke in time, I think with the Cantina, it should be pretty easy to get Ben. And if you don't get him this time, you'll get him next time, and that's about it.
Yeah. If you're doing 2 refreshes of Old Ben, if he's really your problem, I think 2
I think you
weeks,
can do
you'll get
2
him.
or 3. If you do 3, I think anybody can get him.
Yeah, you just might have to cut back in crystals on other things, but if you really want Luke, I think Old Ben's really obtainable to get in a 2-week period. I mean, that's how I got Ezra. He came out, I had him at 3.5 stars, and in 2 weeks he was at 7 stars or 6 stars or whatever for the Thrawn event. So it's definitely possible.
Yeah,
just might
you can get
some
20 to 30 shards a day. That should be fine.
It should be fine. But we'll talk next time. Maybe something will happen next week. Maybe we can compare the reworked characters of the New Hope guys. Maybe when we do the video next time, they might be even better because right now at Battle 6 we had to take them out because they were getting destroyed.
they're not strong
and
right now. That's
we have
for
fairly
sure.
geared up guys too. So it's not like they're under geared. They were fairly geared up and they were struggling big time.
Mine are okay.
Yeah, I mean,
not really good mods or anything.
Yeah. That too. Yeah. That too.
All right, guys. Peace out.
See you later, alligator.